What's going on with the family? One drop. What's good, man? I know you see me going live, man. What's going on with y'all though? I want to talk about something today. I want to talk about the man made in the image of God, or made in the image of God, basically. What's going on, Florida guy? What it do? Eshay, what it do, brother? Grace and peace. Yeah, man being made in the image of God. Uh, I think that, out of all the life that we see on this earth, man being made in the image of God is the highest form. I think that we're the highest form. And what up, who will be saved? What it do? And so, you know, I think that we're the highest form. And so we play a big role in what goes on this earth and how we relate to each other. Also concerning our surroundings, materially, spiritually, all of those things. And I want to bring out something real quick because, people will tell you otherwise, just to be talking otherwise. Let me bring out something real quick. Um, when you look at Genesis, right, and it says, "Come, let us make man in our image and in our likeness." You gotta understand this. What's going on, Quiet Storm? You gotta understand this image and this likeness that it's talking about is it expresses status. It expresses also position. What up, A Dog? And and so when we start looking at that, we begin to we should realize that Adam himself, he wasn't created as someone that was like a babe that didn't understand anything, that didn't have any knowledge of anything. He is prototype A. So whatever image that God was making of Adam and Eve, what's going on, Beatrice? Whatever image that he was making of Adam and Eve, that very essence or that whatever God is rubbed off on them. So it's like you're downloading software, and in that software you put your program. There's programming in that software, and so Adam wasn't no fool. Adam knew because he was the one who defined language. Far as he wasn't the type to where nobody had to raise him. What's going on, Bruce? Nobody had to raise him basically to understand, or how to speak and how to spell and read, write. None of those things. He knew that already because what God was basically some of that was smeared off on him. And so God said, "Come, let us make men in our image and let them have dominion," because he's basically extending himself. So man is a extension of God, and God is actually he wants to live in us and through us, and he desires cooperation. You know what I'm saying? He desires fellowship. He desires relationship. And that's something that we as men also desire too. So we can kind of see, some of the purpose that God had in the beginning because it's right in the text. It actually tell you that he let them have dominion and God blessed them. So he wants to see you blessed, and then he's also expanding himself. So we are a extension of God. You know what I'm saying? And so God has expanded his kingdom. And so we as man, we do the same thing. This is why men, want to create what you call a AI or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something that can love them, or something that they, it can interact. They want to create something that's in their image, and it can interact with them just as well. And to be honest, we do that every day. Um, we we basically bring forth after our kind by way of, getting intimate with our spouse, and we extend ourselves, we expand ourselves, and to be honest, part of us is in them, because genetically, when we start looking at those things, you know what I'm saying. So genetically, when we start looking at those things, we kind of see that those things is there. And so, let me see something real quick. And so, um, it's clear that, you know what is his plan right there from the very beginning. I mean, if you don't see it, then, you know it's stated there. Because if you look at it, he made everything after its kind. It was made after its kind, after its kind, and he blessed it, right. He said, let the earth bring forth this and bring forth that after its kind, and it brought forth after its kind. In that process, in that very process, he says, let us make men in our image, in our likeness, and let them have dominion. You know what I'm saying? So he gives them dominion. So he gives them a position, he gives them status. And so everything that Adam he was actually prepared for those things. He was equipped to overcome, if he would have utilized, or he would have followed instructions, what God had lost your G. Am I going in and out or something like that? Let me check and see. I might got bad service. Let me see. Let me check and see something. Okay. Yeah, because I know over here I do have kind of like bad service and stuff. Okay, cool. So it's let me share this, because I don't never share the link no more. I just go straight in. I keep forgetting that I was away from YouTube for so long, to where the people who used to come and watch me. Look at who it might be, my raggedy phone. Yeah, I don't know, but I am putting out. Let me see. Let me see something real quick. What is this? Yeah, but select all, copy. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, so and so I'm just sharing this. I'm sharing the post, you guys, in the group. Let me share it over here in the Christian group too, just as well. Yeah, so it's clear that Adam was prototype A. Everything from Adam, you know, begin to be degenerate, man. Like like we experienced with Adam and his sin, because see, you gotta understand, like Adam's sin, as him being the man and the woman, they sinned. They was in they both was in the wrong on what they did, right? And so we got to understand that in that sin, it caused their very environment to be affected just as well. It caused that very environment to go through what we see entropy, um, to be degenerate. You know what I'm saying? To be not attached to the very source, because you got to understand. So when we look at it, right? So he gives, he gives, he gives Adam dominion over the earth. He makes Adam a material earth. Adam is a being that's housed in flesh, but yet himself is a spiritual being just as well. So he's spiritual, and so he gives them this the spirit of God. Well, his his own spirit, right? So that he may live. And so Adam has duties. You know what I'm saying? Adam is told certain things. He has duties. Um, he's given a responsibility to keep the garden. This is life. This is stewardship. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to make sure that when we're given that administration, that we do what we need to do with that we administer to those affairs. And so he's attached to his very society. He's attached to the animals. He's attached to the material. What's going on, BG? Everything good? So he's attached to these very things. And so I don't know if I'm going in and out or not. Hopefully I am good, because let's see. Hopefully I'm good. Okay, cool. All right, so he's oh man. I must be getting bad reception or something like that. Oh, okay, you saying that you're off basically. Oh, you're off work. Okay, I see. I see. All right, cool. I see. Let me see what this is saying. Yeah, cause I got like one bar. Am I clear, you guys? Am I? Can you guys hear me? Am I good? Mic check. Mic check. Okay. Cool. 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 All right. So. All right. So he's given this responsibility. He has a responsibility. Him and his wife. He's told to keep. He's told to keep the garden. Right. So he has instructions. He knows what he needs to do. He knows what needs to be done. Now, will he obey is the question. At the same time, he's attached to his surroundings. He's attached to the material world, because yet he himself is material. So he's definitely material. And so when we look at the whole situation, it basically deals with, you know, how our sin can affect our surroundings by the choices that we make. And what is sin? Sin is not really following instructions that the Creator gave him, that God would have gave him. So That's simple. Like, we can do something that can affect our surroundings, can affect our descendants, as well as us. And we might look at it and we might say, well, this is just dealing with me. This is not dealing with anybody else. I'm just going to do this. But now we're all connected in some type of way. That's why when one thing does not go right, it causes a effect. And so we can kind of see that where there's a connection between the material world and also between the spiritual world. There's a connection there. And so when we see that connection, we got to understand how to be able to relate and stay attached to what is spiritual, but not neglect the fact that we are material, because we live, we breathe, we eat, we move about in this material body, yet at the same time we're still spiritual. And this is why Christ says, he says, do not, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out the mouth of God. Because just because um you are a material being does not mean that you should carry out every fleshly desire. You gotta know what is, you gotta know what is really good, and one of the things we know, some of those things what is good, because we have this instinct, this natural instinct within ourselves, which is a moral faculty just as well. And plus the spirit of God. You know what I'm saying? If you allow your spirit to line up with the spirit of God, then you'll know what you're doing is pleasing. Because the spirit of God searches the deep things of God and knows those things, and so knows the things that God requires and that's pleasing to God, because the spirit of God is his spirit. And so we gotta understand that when Adam detached himself spiritually from God, it affected his material world. And that's what we got to understand. When he did that, he was spiritually discerned. Therefore, he couldn't comprehend the things of God. In order for us to move about in this world, in this material world, to where we're not at the pace to where we're at now, to where we're trying to understand the material world, but that's a lifetime. And so even when we do understand some of those things, when we put forth a remedy, or when we put forth some type of science, which is great to try to figure these things out, because you want to know what's going on. There's always some type of side effect to that. It's like you figured out this puzzle right here, but did you really figure that puzzle out? Because now you're experiencing something else from the result of you saying that you figured this out. And so that's we always falling short. I mean, we fall short. And so when you're doing things without the source, you can do nothing but always fall short. And that's where those who are ignorantly deceived, that's where we part at. Because see, they don't know anything about the science, the science priesthood. You know what I'm saying? They don't know anything about that. They don't know. They think that every scientist is just for the benefit and good of all men, but that's just not the case. You know, they don't know if those very scientists are being influenced or being compelled to do certain things because of their overhead. Because that happens. It's always happened in the historical times, to where when you deal with shamans, you start looking at shamans. Let me make sure I cut this down. When you start looking at shamans, hold on for a minute, you guys. Let's see, I think this is. Is that for me? All right, when you start looking at shamans, right? Shamans, they knew certain things about the stars and different herbs and medicines and the solar regulations and stuff. They stuff was passed down to them. Information is passed down, and it's passed down from somebody that has the intelligence, that is the source that passed this information down. And so, I don't know what this guy's doing, but like he trying to steal something. Let's see what he finna do. That's basically what it looked like. But anyways, so it's something that is passed down, right? Let me check my chat room because I'm not getting any. All right, cool. Because I don't see when you guys say something. Show live chat message. Somebody say something in the chat room. BG. Excuse me. So information is passed down. So it wasn't like cool. I got it. So it wasn't like these guys were just ignorant or they didn't know anything. They knew stuff. And so when you talk about the scientific or the scientific priesthood or however you want to say it, or these scientists that are priests, people know that that if they have this information, that this information can change people's lives, yet it also can cause people to be greedy, to lust, to be prideful, because this information that we see is information that can that can change the courses of people's lives. It can change history. And so you actually hold on to people like that. You know what I'm saying? You hold on to this dude. I don't know what this dude is doing, but let me see something real quick. It's always somebody in Chicago, man, trying to be thieves and heathens, man. And what's crazy is because I'm sitting in front of my office and we got trailers here, and this dude, and I'm not really worried about what he's trying to do, but then he's, hold on for a minute. Hold on. Hello?
Sorry, but the person.
Yeah, I think this is. Hold on, let's see. Hold on. I know. Hold on, you guys. Oh, okay. I see what he doing. I'm sorry. I apologize. I had ordered a pizza, and this dude, this is him right here, I think. But this dude is in a pickup truck. Made me not want to turn. Made me want to turn his order down. Hey, hold on. You know what? Hold on. Is this Lou? Hold on for a minute, y'all. Okay, this the pizza man. He got a pickup truck. Oh, this pickup truck is a. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get this right. Get this together. What's going on, man? I didn't know what was going on. I said, who is this guy keep going up and down the street? Right. How much is it? All right, hold on. Let me get some change for you.
I was wondering. I was like, man, I wonder if there's a guy in the truck. But,
Right, yeah. All right, appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
dude, you enjoy, man.
All right, take it easy, man. All right, you too. All right, cool, y'all. I didn't know who that was. Stuff, yeah, Chicago pizza too. But yeah, so um mainly it's probably gonna be in the evening. It's probably gonna. I'm waiting on this mechanic. If I wasn't waiting on this mechanic, cause I got a light out, we could have did it today. So I got to sit here and wait on him. But I got to drive at least about 3 hours. I'll probably make it to Indianapolis and then shut down in Indianapolis. But I got a long day tomorrow, to be honest. What time is it now? It's 8, so by the time I get done driving tonight, it'll be 12 o'clock. I'll get up at 10, and then I got a long day tomorrow. But yeah, we'll try to do it more so in the evening time. Hopefully I can get it done in the evening time. If you know what I'm saying, if it's late, then that'll be even better, because I know I'll be able to do that. So anyways, and so as I stated before, this is Lou right here. What up, man? Chilling. Yeah, yep. Yep. You want me to pull up a little bit?
Yeah, pull up so I can. Just pull up next to the driver right there.
Okay, cool. All right. Oh, he early, y'all. So that's just up. Yeah, I'm finna kill this pizza. You hear me? I got a piece and a salad with it. But yeah, so let me pull up a little bit real quick, y'all. Right here should be cool. That should be cool right there. Yeah, so bottom line is that these guys, they know stuff. And so those that are stronger than them, no wings, man, no wings. I couldn't do the wings and the salad. So I couldn't do it, man. I wouldn't be. I ain't even finna eat all this pizza. But I always put it up in the fridge in the back or whatever. But so they know stuff, and because they know stuff, people can take advantage of them by their might or their strength or their threatenings or stuff like that. And that's usually what it was. If you had somebody that knew these certain things or whatever the case may be. So Adam is a material being. He's housed in a body. He has a spirit in him. He's spiritually detached from God. And being spiritually detached from God, what up, Yehukanai? Being spiritually detached from God, kind of it's a terrible thing, because you can't really understand his language, his lingo. Like you can't really commune with him. You're you're so natural to where you're carnal, you're spiritually discerned. And so because you're so natural and you have this beast mentality, and we shouldn't be on that level to where we have that mentality, especially seeing that Adam was made in the image and likeness of God. So he should understand God. He should know what God requires, what he did know. But when you are spiritually discerned and your spirit is not in relationship with the spirit of God, then there's a detachment there. There's a separation there. And so that's what really death is. You got spiritual death, which is spiritually discerned. You cannot comprehend the things of God. Then you got physical death. And also you have eternal death. And we know what eternal death is. All of these things have something in common, and that is separation. Because that's what death is. Death is being separate from your very cause that you was brought forth. What was the purpose of you that you was brought forth to do? You're separate from the very source. And so when you're spiritually or mentally destroyed or discerned, then what happens then, it plays a role, or it's like a causation happens after that, because now it bothers you physically now, because this is your physical world. And then here comes, okay, and so then here comes the death behind it, because you're spiritually destroyed, and the one which is the source that you need to get the information from, you're not in tune with him. You're not even on the same frequency as God, as your creator. So the one that you need to get the information from to live in this very world, because this is his house, and he tell you how to move about in it and how to do certain things in it. But yeah, just a little something, man. But I'm finna kill this piece of mine. Make sure y'all share this and subscribe if you have not. Hit that indication button. So hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. So next time I come on, you can definitely tune in or whatever. Make sure y'all share this to y'all page. Peace.